All right. Got Frieren.
Wait, how do you say it?
Frieren?
All right. I gotta work on that. Because I've been saying it wrong all this time, bro.
Farrell? Farrell.
Will Ferrell.
Will
All right.
Ferrell. All right.
I am...
Good to go. All right. Here we go. And 3, 2, and 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Meat Pod. It's me, joined with my co-host Sal, and we are back with some more anime, y'all.
Do we have a theme for this month? Not really. That's okay. Let's just call it Anime Ham. Anime. Let's just call it anime, bro. Anime.
You know what? I did get one of my emails from Crunchyroll. Like that's basically what the whole email was about. Like they put, "Hey, it's anime." Like it had the Anna and then May.
Hey, Crunchyroll, get a hold of me, bro. I got names for days. Okay, how long did it take your team? There's probably like a team of 20 people in a boardroom.
They took 3 months to create that.
Me and Joe Angel did it right here in 30 seconds. 2 seconds into Anime Me, a podcast where we teach you how to love and watch anime one episode at a time every Monday.
Every Monday. One episode at a time, first episode of a time.
All right. Now tell the folks what we watching today, Joe Angel.
Today, we are watching Frieren Beyond Journeys In.
One of the nominees
everybody's been talking about.
One of the top animes that people have suggested would be Anime of the Year.
Oh yeah.
I talked to a friend of mine. I was like, he was past some show. He knew that I did a podcast. I think I told you this before. And he was like, I go, dude, well, you should watch Dandadan. It's super great. I think it's Anime of the Year. Yeah. And then he watches it, and then he gets back to me a couple weeks later, and he's like, yo, Dandadan, right? And he's like, not done. I guess. I mean, if you like weirdness. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm into, bro. What are you into? He goes, Frieren. I'm into Frieren. Like, that show is Anime of the Year. I go, what? I don't even know what that is. And then you tell me about it, and then a friend of mine tells me about it. Another friend of mine who told me that I could have swore he would have thought Solo Leveling or Kaiju number 8 or anything else. I didn't know he was watching the show. And he's like, this show is it. This show is the one. I'm like, dang, is that good? And I semi-trust his opinion. If he's out there listening to this, I semi-trust your opinion. Let's be real. I'm gonna be
you got
real.
Some trust in there.
Yeah. Let's be real. You can be real with me. I don't have all the, I got hot takes, but I don't have any, they're all opinions and they are uninformed and terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watched the first episode and I'm going to judge the whole show on this first episode. Yeah. It's unfair. I don't even know anything about anime. I can't speak Japanese. I watch everything in depth. I'm wrong. Okay, it's fine. But you know what? Let's get us into... Wait, we didn't talk about this. Do you want to do the anime name game? We got a game. Or should we just go ahead and get into it? We'll do the anime...
Let's go get it. We'll do it.
Do it? We doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're going to love these. You're going to love these too. All right. Anime name game brought to you by Sunlight. Get out there, get that vitamin D, y'all.
Get that
Get brown. All right. Anime name game. I'm going to give you 2 names.
All right.
One of them is real. One of them is conjured by me and my friend Chat. Okay? I like to call him Chatwick Boseman, the Chat GPT of goodness. All right. I hope this stumps you a little bit, but I have a feeling it won't.
I do pretty
First
good.
Name. I know you do. You've gotten them. I think you've beaten it every time.
Yeah.
Here we go. The first one. I got to play the trombone here. I want you to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear. I want you to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear. Or is it to, I only came to borrow a towel, so why are there 5 girls in my bathtub? Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, let me. I'm gonna read it again. I want you to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear. I only came to borrow a towel, so why are there 5 girls in my bathtub? I mean, they both have this feeling, right? Like they have that real, like anime, like
It's the long, arduous title for no reason.
long title. Super detailed.
They got commas and exclamation points, semicolons.
They do. I mean, this is a full-on sentence. It's a full-on sentence for a title. All right, do you want to hear it one more time? Or you got
animes that actually exist that I know
they
stuff.
How you feeling? Do you feel like maybe you are? This is probably the toughest battle because I felt like these were going to be tough.
Let's see. Said I was disgusted at your face. So
I want you to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear. Or I only came to borrow a towel, so why are there 5 girls in my bathtub?
I will say I only came to borrow a towel, so why are there 5 girls in my bathroom? Is the anime.
That's the real one? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Final answer, locking it in. You are incorrect, bro.
Yeah,
here's the thing. I think you would have gone with the first one because we're talking underwear. You know what I'm saying? Like underwear is like it's an anime.
I feel like that one is would be a title for like just something
like an episode,
or like an episode, or like even just somebody saying something in an anime. Like that's a line.
Yeah.
You could
yeah.
The other one does feel more like because there are like the other title, the way it's structured is like other titles because it's like the isekai structure of a title.
Yeah.
Like I was an anchorman and I got reincarnated as a toaster.
Yes. And that's what I thought. I was like, I think this is going to throw him because it sounds, and it also is like grammatically not real great either. Like structurally, it's just, there's something wrong with the translation, you know? All right. Well, hey, you were doing so good, Joe, into this. I think this is the first time I got you, so I feel proud.
Yeah, it's the first time I got you.
All right. That being said, let's get us another poorly read synopsis.
Wait, what would have been the synopsis for that other one?
For the 5 girls one? Yeah. You know what I did with ChatGPT on this one? I got the real title, and then I told him, hey, make me something similar, but make it like it's similar to what you have there, but make it more fan servicey and more absurd. And that's what it came up with. It was like, absurd and fan servicey, and it just added that to it. So I don't know I don't know. I didn't read the synopsis for the other one. I just kind of like, all right, thanks for that. Let's go on. But maybe I'll make sure to add that in there for the next one because I do like the synopsis for that. All right. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Here is our synopsis. After the party of heroes defeated the Demon King, they restored peace to the land and returned to lives of solitude. Generations pass, and the elven mage, Frieren, comes face to face with humanity's mortality. She takes on a new apprentice and promises to fulfill old friend's dying wish. Can an elven mind make peace with the nature of life and death? Frieren embarks on her quest to find out. Elven. Hey, real quick, before we start.
Yeah.
Help me out here, bro. I didn't look this up, and I figured you'd know. Because why would I want to learn anything, bro? Don't do it, Jojo. Don't. How dare you? Don't. I can see the look in your eye. You got this kind of like, I'm about to teach Sal some. Don't do it. What the heck is a mage? What is a mage? Like, I've heard it and I've watched anime. I haven't taken the time. I don't know anything about like fantasy a whole lot. Like, I don't play the games. I've watched Lord of the Rings a little bit. I don't know what a mage is. Like, where does that come from?
For like a musician, like magic, like spellcaster.
Mage, yeah, mag being
you hear mage more prevalent in like D&D, World of Warcraft, like RPG, like those. Like you'll hear like mage used as like a general term for someone who like whose power is magic, who can like control spells and is in tune to magic and all that stuff.
Because that's what they're kind of setting up here, is like there is this kind of Lord of the Rings quest.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings D&D quest, yeah.
Yeah, right? So how would you break these guys up into it? Because we come into this friend group, this what would you call them? They're like a
party. They're a party.
A party, yeah.
Basically, like we play like you can play those games. You call it a party. Like, this is my party.
Oh, okay. Now, see, dang it, Joe and Joe. I just learned that, and I'm going to try to unlearn it right now. So, what do you call that again? So you have they're kind of like going through the story that they just defeated the Demon King, which I wonder if that's the same Demon King from the other anime that we watched.
From high school.
Yeah, the Demon King of high school.
This is how he got defeated.
Yeah. We're gonna show. I got to finish the other episode or other show so that I could see Frieren show up at the end and just like wipe the floor with this man, because he's OP. He's OP.
So
he's also the Riz Master too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we open on them kind of like giving a story that we didn't even get to see. They were just like, remember that time we defeated Demon King? I'm like, no, man, I just got here. They don't do anything. They don't want to give you.
They're starting us at the end.
Which I enjoy, and they do a couple things I enjoy. They don't do. There is exposition, but it's light. It's well placed. It's subtle. Yeah, it's subtle. You kind of get like, just bits and pieces, just enough to kind of like, I get what's going on. I see what they're doing. We have the elven mage, Frieren, who is, who knows how old she is, but she ages way slower than everybody else. The rest of her company, the rest of the party is going to eventually pass away. And there's a dwarf there, so if you were to break them up into bits and pieces of a party and a D&D thing, what would they all kind of fall in place? Because we have, who is the beautiful young swordsman?
So he is, his name is Himmel. He's basically like the warrior. He's like a warrior.
A warrior?
He's playing, he's the hero, he's the warrior.
Okay.
Friren's the mage, spellcaster. Mm-hmm. Then you have Hyther, who is a priest. He would be classed as like a cleric, just like somebody who draws like power from divine entities, gods, stuff like that.
Okay.
Heisen, the dwarf.
You consider him?
He's a dwarf. Yeah, he's a dwarf. Yeah, there's dwarfs in D&D. I think
okay, so you're just that.
Kind of be like
a Warhammer.
Warhammer. Well, he's probably like a tank.
A tank. Yeah,
warrior-esque
that's what I
because
meant. I think.
he's
Yeah.
pretty powerful, but he's a dwarf, so like he was like a hammer as his hammers are usually like a dwarf go-to weapon almost.
Hmm.
And same thing with like tanks. Tanks will use like axes and hammers and stuff. So
Yeah, so they kind of like reminisce on some of this stuff, and they show
yeah,
like one of the battles, and they just like take on Clifford, the big red dog, bonks him on the face. That dwarf can move, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
I love the way he kind of shifty. I like he looks like cousin It,
he
you
like
know,
Sonic.
like remember
Yeah, yeah.
he got that cousin It energy. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
The
oh yeah,
I wrote. Let's see. I wrote. You know, I honestly, I don't know if it was because like I got caught up in the show, but I
yeah.
don't have a lot of notes. I really don't have a lot of notes. But like 50 years passes in this show, and everything that happens in it. How can I describe it? It's like nuanced or subtle, or it's all like softly happening. You know? Do you get what I'm talking about?
It's like it's the passing of time. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's been like 50 years
50 years
because
pass.
in the
Yeah.
beginning, yeah, because in the beginning they are at the town. There's a meteor shower that's happening. It's called the Era meteor shower, but it only happens once every 50 years. And so Frieren all like, well, I know a better spot we can go watch this at because you can't really see it in the city. It's like, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
back in 50 years and we can go watch it. And then subtly, 50 years pass, she goes back, finds Himmel, who's a short, bald man now.
Yeah,
Completely different.
Link has lost 2 feet. I'm like, yo, there's like he was like statuous and like broad
Yeah.
shouldered, and then he becomes like a 2 foot. I'm like, okay,
I was thinking
not
she
only,
died.
I mean, him and his what was Hank
Heisman,
Hill's
the door.
dad. Hank Hill's dad's
Hank,
name.
Bobby. Oh no, his
No,
dad's
no,
name. What was his
his
dad's
dad's
name?
name, but I don't remember. But
I
he
can't
was in the war
remember. Yeah,
and lost his
yeah.
kneecaps, and so he was like, so this man Link has lost some of his legs, and now he
Yeah,
is squatty.
yeah,
But she had made a promise that she was going to come back, and they're going to go look at
yeah.
the star, the
Meteor shower.
the meteor shower again, and they do that, and then the meteor shower was too much for his mind. And
Blew
it
his mind.
ended him. It blew his mind, and he was done. He was
Literally.
done. So, and she's like, "Oh well, I guess I'm gonna just like, I guess like all my friends are gonna die,"
Yeah,
which is interesting because we kind of get that from. I was kind of like really feeling some Lord of the Rings vibes, really, honestly, because you see that with Legolas and all the other
yeah,
elves, where they're all
yeah.
like, they're lasting throughout all the times there, and everybody else is getting older, and they're
Everybody's just passing by. Yeah.
they got that J Lo energy. You know what I'm saying? She got that
That
J Lo energy. I'm saying like everybody's getting
she
older.
never aged.
Never. She's still Jenny from the block.
Yeah, yeah.
Still taco kisses everywhere, bro.
Taco kisses.
That's how you stay young. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Kiss them tacos. You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice
That's how you
ground beef taco, chicken taco pastor. It'll keep you young.
keep it young.
So I don't know where this show is technically going. It seems like she's gonna. Well, I mean, in she comes back to the cleric or the priest, and
Yeah, I think she comes back to him like 20 years after Himmel died. I think that's what it said.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
it's like another like subtle, soft passing of time. And Himmel's Hyther's old now, but he like has this orphan that he's taking care of now.
And he wants her to train this orphan who has some magical powers, but needs needs to have somebody like an apprentice or something.
Yeah,
And Frieren's like,
she got to be
nah.
Yoda right now.
Yeah, she's gonna be that Yoda. I don't know how old this little girl is, but she's like 2 foot tall too. So maybe
Yeah,
related to Himmel, maybe related to Link. I don't know. Uh, it is really well drawn. I like the way it looks. I love the way it's colored. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very polished. Like it looks, I feel like everything is animated in the show. We have this conversation about how much they're doing, and every now and then you'll watch a show and all the action looks really clean, sharp, crisp. And then they'll have conversations and then the characters are far away and they're like moving their faces and you're going,
yeah.
who drew that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Who did that?
did you, come on, dog.
Is this
Like,
where they ran out on the budget right here?
they laid off the guy. They laid off the guy and they were like,
Yeah,
hey, can anybody draw a mouth flap? And they're like, I've seen
yeah,
one. You know what I'm saying? And this one, they're illustrating and animating all of this.
yeah.
Like everything is moving. There is
And it's like it's not too bright and vibrant. Like
yeah,
it's
it's
really
soft.
like
It's soft.
soft toned, like
Mm-hmm.
no really hard lines anywhere. Like it's like
Yeah.
really almost like a watercolor almost.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great way of describing it. It feels like watercolor and all this, which kind of adds to the, magical, ethereal feel of the whole thing. And also the sound engineering is great too. Like the music is really cool. I do get some like Zelda vibes, like playing video game Zelda. I get that like kind of a little bit of that vibe, right? D a little bit like, kind of running around. Yeah. Listen, like I was baffled. Tell me about this. Maybe, and you know what? Try to explain this to me, Joe Angel, because make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? Frieren knows Link forever, and she knew him for 10 years, a decade, and she's like, I don't even know who this man is. After he passes away, she's like, what's his favorite color? Who knows?
I don't know.
How does he like his coffee? I only lived with the man for 10 years. We only defeated a demon king and went on quests. She's like, what's your middle name? No idea. How does she not know?
She's very much the embodiment of guy best friends. Guys can be friends and not know a single thing about each other.
This is very... Didn't ask. Didn't ever come up. We was out there trying to defeat big black dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew he could swing a sword.
Tell your friend you haven't seen in 10 years. How's he doing? Oh, he's doing good. What's he doing now? I don't know.
He's 2 foot tall.
He's got kids. I don't know. There's a kid there, but I don't know if it was his.
Exactly. No need for questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got magical powers.
You good? Yeah. You good? Yeah. All right,
yeah. Cool. Are you alive? Yeah. That's it. You hungry? The end. Those are the kind of questions. Just the facts.
The only question we asking is who's fighting the gorilla next.
Yo, hey, this team right here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about one gorilla. This is the kind of breakup you need. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody with some magical powers. And we don't have magical powers, but like, maybe confuse the gorilla with some card tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get some glitter.
Make something disappear.
Some glitter up in there.
Yeah.
Somebody got pocket sand?
Yeah, get a little pocket sand. Bam. slow the gorilla down so Link can get in there and get some hand-to-hand sword combat. Not a lot. I mean, like, even though 50 years passes in this show, like, she's reluctant to take this new apprentice. She takes her, and of course, she's tasked with having to split a rock in half, a boulder, if you will, as you should. It happens. You either need to punch a hole through a wall or a brick wall, break a board in half. That's impossible to break. Or, any of these things that's just like, once you can do this, you are now.
Then your training is complete.
Your training is complete. So, I mean, that stone is going to have to eventually. Because what
Get
was her
broken.
name? What was the small little apprentice?
So her name is Fern.
Fern or Burn?
Fern.
Fern,
Fern.
Fern,
Fern.
Fern. Like the like the
Like the
plant,
flower or plant. Yeah, Fern.
plant.
She a
Yeah.
Fern.
So she tries to use her magic on that boulder. She can't get it there. She's not strong enough. So, like in every anime, she must become stronger.
She has to get strong.
It's I'll go ahead and be honest with you, Joe Angel. When does this become anime of the year? When does this show become anime of the year? Like, because it didn't happen in the first episode. Nothing happened in the first episode. I'm like, okay, I like these people. I'm liking some of this story. I like the way this is animated. You know, because here's the thing, and I guess it's just different pacing. It's fine. I just
Yeah.
have to have some patience. I'm guessing. I get because I'm watching. You know, take for instance, Dan Da Dan, or even
Yeah.
Solo Leveling. There's some things that happen in those shows that go that in the first
Right.
episode where I'm like,
Yeah.
right off the bat, get me, grab me, hold me, and tell me you need to watch the next episode because it's good. And this first episode is kind of like it didn't grab me. What grabbed me was this is in contention for anime of the year, and that means that I need to keep watching this until it becomes anime of the year. You know, I had a friend.
It's like what is it, the first part of The Hobbit where it's all just talk for like
Yeah, oh,
5 chapters.
dude, it's like 6 chapters of drinking hot tea, bro.
It's hot tea and coffee.
Yeah, hot tea and hot coffee. That by chapter 6, coffee is cold, bro. Like we spent a whole chapter on describing the table that the coffee was on. Didn't even get to the coffee yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where we are with this. I'm waiting for this adventure or whatever happens. I will say this: the friend of mine that did tell me about the show and how he was like,
Yeah.
it's really great, and he's like, it's a solo watch, which I hadn't heard that from anybody yet. A solo watch, you know, because some of these other shows I'll watch with friends, you know, like
Yeah.
and or like, but this feels like to me like I kind of got it, you know, before because he told me this beforehand. I watched the show and I'm like, yeah, you know, I can see myself like late night, you know, just chill, late night chill. I'm like maybe a little bit tired, and I throw this on, and I'm just like watching it, and I'm vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like chill hop music.
Right.
You know, like that's what
Yeah.
this show is for me. It's chill hop. I love me some chill hop,
Chill.
but it ain't all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I might need a little energy for the day. This is chill hop. So
Yeah, this
all right.
one is like it's really good. I liked it. I would say so. Like going to is like you had to kind of like almost look between the lines of what they're
Mm-hmm.
saying, like when they're talking. Like when going to Fern when she wouldn't take her as an apprentice. Like
Mm-hmm.
looking at what she said. It's like I'm not gonna take an apprentice. It's like I'm not gonna send another apprentice to die, or
Yeah.
especially if it's a kid that my friends ask me to take care of. So essentially, it's like Fern saying like, if she can't take care of herself, I can't always, be there. If we're like caught in the heat of battle, if
She's
we're
gonna get in
fighting
the
two
way.
people, she's gonna get in the way, or I'm gonna have to like get hurt, or have like suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And then he actually like kind of like swindles her a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he goes into like, oh well. Anyways, hey, can you decipher the spell about immortality? He's all like, so he takes her down to the book and like where he has like the books and stuff. He's like, I got all the stuff here. It's like, how long is it gonna take you? And she's like, oh, probably 5 to 6 years. Like, all right, cool. I mean, hey, while you're here doing that, can you like train her while you're
Might
here?
as well. Hmm.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, I might as well. So he kind of swindles her into like basically training her so that hopefully by the time Farron's done deciphering it, maybe
Yeah,
she'll be strong enough to like go with her.
she also keeps calling the priest a what's she call him, like
Correct.
yeah, corrupt. And I think maybe that's just, it could be just a translation thing, but I'm thinking more like he's more like he's sneaky. He's sneaky in this way. Like he's slick. He knows what he's doing.
I think it's also too that he drinks too.
Yeah.
It's like when she's going
Yeah.
through, like he's like a big drinker. Because I even think like in the beginning they talk about like when they're going through like talking about their adventures. Like, oh yeah, I remember that time Hyther was so hungover that he couldn't even like we couldn't like do anything half the time
Yeah.
because he was so hungover.
And he
And
so
it's
much so
like
that he was like, I'm gonna pass away from this. Like,
yeah,
am I
yeah.
drinking his cat? And he's just like totally cool. Like, yeah, I've been
Yeah,
getting
he's not like
I'm gonna die.
yeah, it finally
I'm
caught
gonna
up to
die.
me.
It's finally kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, but no big deal. But he doesn't though, because he quit drinking.
yeah,
So
yeah. And so yeah, it's kind of like just those nicknames that you give friends,
hmm
just
hmm
like something happens and like, oh hey, this is gonna be your nickname from now on, you know.
yeah, hey, like Hispanic Mexican culture, you
Oh
do one
yeah,
thing, you do one thing
that's it.
wrong, and then that's it. That's you. Your
That's it. Your whole
your
life.
name is. Yeah. I was trying to think of. I was gonna give some of the nicknames, but I was like, nah, we can't do that. This is a rated G podcast, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I can't give those nicknames.
this ain't this ain't here for. We ain't here for these nicknames. All right.
All
I
right.
think that, I mean, honestly, that's about all I have for the show. So how about you give me some facts for it?
All right, let's get into the facts of this show. So, Frieren started as a manga, and it was
Mm,
written and created by Kanehito Yamada, and it was illustrated by Tsukasa Abe. So it
Did you
has a
say
writer and an illustrator.
manhwa or manga?
Manga.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, manga. Yeah. And so this came about in April of 2020, and it is released on Shonen Manga Magazine, Weekly Shonen Sunday. And it is currently at 140 chapters right now, and it's still ongoing. But you can go read it on the Viz Manga app. Okay, you download that; it's on there.
Get down.
Get down.
Catch
But
up.
I think right now they're gonna go on a break. I think that's what was announced after chapter 140. They're gonna go on a break. Uh, I don't know how long it's gonna be. I don't think they said, but I know after chapter 140 they're gonna go on a break. So you can catch up until then. You can go watch it. If you watched it, if you want to read it, you can go read it. Because I think the anime is up to, I think, chapter 60. I think that's what it covers of the manga.
Okay.
And so,
And this is only one season so far.
yeah, so far it's only one season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just this year, or because it's anime of the year, it must have just been released.
Yeah.
Just
And
this year.
so,
Okay.
yeah, because the anime came out in September of 2023. So it came out September 2023, and there is currently 28 episodes on it.
Yep. 28. Both in the
28.
dub and the sub. Both of
Yeah,
them.
both
So
sub, dub. I will say, I don't mind her voice in the English dub. Just
okay.
a little bit too low for me.
A little too wet?
That's about a little bit too low, like her
Okay.
tone
Okay.
voice.
Okay.
Like, because
Okay.
in even in like the Japanese dub, like it's kind of like I would say probably mid and maybe upper mid area her
Mm-hmm.
tone. in the English dub, it's like kind of lower on the lower mid end. It's still like she still carries the like
The
kind of
emotions.
monotone, like kind of emotionless
Hmm.
part of it,
Yeah.
because she has been alive for a long time and she will be alive for a long time. So it's like, okay, so she's probably not gonna have that many like attachments. So she'll probably be more of like that kind of mono, kind of just kind of mid character vibe.
Hmm. Hmm.
So she does good.
When
Yeah,
you're a character that's been alive, like supposedly for 1,000 years or so,
yeah,
1,200, 15, 2,000 years, I think you just kind of like you have the tone. This tone is like I've been alive forever, and
yeah.
whatever. I'm exhausted. You know,
It's
like
called that old man.
yeah, I get that old man tone. Like, hey,
You know?
don't talk to me till I get my coffee. You
Yeah,
know, I watched a. Speaking of this dub sub thing, I'm watching Andor on
and
Disney, and the main characters, Cassian Andor and Bix, they're both Mexican, I believe, and they do the dub for Mexico for the in Spanish. So they are the voices themselves. The other voices are going to be a little different, but
yeah,
I forget her name. Her real name is like Adria or something like that. But they're doing and they went into depth a little bit about like not a lot of people get to do their voice dubbed in their own language or in another
yeah.
language, but because they both speak are
English and
dubbing the
Spanish.
language, yeah, English and Spanish, they're able to bring the same amount of emotion to
Yeah,
both of those. And I'm like, man, if there was a way that these Japanese voice actors could be bilingual and speak both
yeah.
English and Japanese. That's selfish of us, but that would be the way to do it, right? Because that's always the rub, right? You're going, there's something wrong with the
Whoever is
translation.
like charismatic enough to bring out the feelings of the characters, they're able to do both.
Yeah,
She
if
goes
you could
good.
do both
Yeah,
languages, then you could be like, all right, well, I say this like this, and the language is different too, like the sing songiness of it, the way it
yeah,
moves, and then it'll like, well, how does that sound from this language to this language? I think that's the way to do it, but it's just not gonna. I mean, AI will figure it out, but you know, what I'm saying?
yeah. They'll figure
They'll figure it out.
it
All right, go.
out. So this was animated by Studio Madhouse, which has done uh, some of the stuff that we have covered before, such as My Love Story, and also the ever
Infamous.
crazy, infamous, questionable, Perfect Blue movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That is mad. That they are a madhouse. That guy is still. I mean, those people are not locked up. They're not in prison. Or are they in prison? And this is the way they
And
could
they're
get it
making
done. It's like
this is how they get out.
this is how they get out, or you just like take prisoners and go. Well, get to work, man. Y'all did this.
Get to work. Yeah.
Y'all
Do
did.
this to yourself.
It looks good though. It looks
Yeah.
good. Very different though. Wait, say that again. We're talking about which show?
So My Love Story,
Uh
the
huh. Yeah, I
kind of rom
remember.
com anime we covered,
Yeah, I love
and
that big guy.
Perfect Blue,
Perfect Blue, the movie.
the movie.
That's crazy. That's wild. Because that
Three
movie
different
was like,
kind of
yeah, very different.
anime, different vibes, all good and fantastic in their
Perfect
own
Blue
way.
was like, isn't Perfect Blue like the 80s? Wasn't that like or
I think it
early
was like 80s,
90s?
90s.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It
Yeah,
was way back, and
yeah.
that is wild. I'm surprised that they're still allowed to roam this earth.
Oh, but so it was directed. It was also directed by Kichiro Saito, who directed Bochi the Rock, which we also covered.
Did love it. Did love it. If only it was available a little bit more easy to watch, I think. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of K-On! Go on. Never mind. I am lost in the sauce.
So we got that. We got the script by Tomohiro Suzuka, character design by Reiko Nagagawa, and we got the music compilation by Evan Call. All the staff, head staff that did all that. And then we have the opening song, which is called Yusha by Yoasobi. And then the ending song was Anytime, Anywhere by Millet. And so when this first premiered, it premiered as like a 2-hour kind of special. It had a special intro song called that one? No, the ending song. Yeah, it had another song called Bliss, which was also performed by Millet for the premiere, which was his 2-hour intro. But that premiere in Japan when it premiered, it was on Nippon TV's Kinyo radio show, which was a programming block dedicated for feature films. And so Frieren was the first anime to be aired on that block ever. And so just to show how crazy good this anime was is, it was able to get on a block that was specified for feature films. And subsequently, on Nippon TV, after that, it went into a what's called Friday Anime Night block. So it's like it moved down to that. But it was like one of the first anime to premiere on this block of television dedicated for feature films.
You know, I mean, it does have the quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has the quality of, like, feature film. Like, we said that earlier. Just like, oh, this is kind of... It's,
way it flows
it's to that level.
animated.
Yeah. Well, the way it's animated, drawn, looks, the storyline is very, solid. Storytelling is really, like, strong. So, yeah, it makes sense, too. And I'm guessing, I mean... It had to have, since 2020, it's had to have like a pretty solid following for 3 years before this show comes out. And now it's supposedly Anime of the Year.
Anime of the Year.
Let's take some bets.
Yeah, so let's take some bets, y'all. Leave them in the comments. Who do you got coming out on top?
Who you got?
Who you got? So there's also on the Toho Animation YouTube channel, they did 11 shorts episodes of Frieren. So they're about a minute and a half long little animated segments of just like everybody from Frieren, like all the characters, just like it's almost like some random stuff. But that's on the Toho Animation channel.
Were they like at the beach cooking something?
I know there's when they were cooking fish, when they were walking through the forest. Like it's just like really random. They're kind of drawn chibi styled. Like it's pretty funny. I liked it.
I mean, like, is it just like promo stuff, or is it just like for people who go, well, I didn't get enough Frieren, so let's give you a little bit more
promo stuff. Or either promo stuff or just like little side shorts that just so people can have. Because sometimes they'll do, random stuff. Like we've had other animes where at the end of the show, either before or after the credits, they'll have like little skit drawings.
Yeah. Like little skit, little additional. Yeah, okay. That's what that is. Okay, stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's on anime stuff. And so there is a prequel light novel that came out that was written by Mei Hachimoku, but it was supervised by the creator Yamada. And so they just did like it's a little light novel prequel, and it's all based on stories set in around Frieren, Fern, Stark, uh, Kane, Lawin, and Aura. So it's just like it. It's little short stories of all these characters before the events of the anime started. So it's like following them before the anime starts. And
You
there's
know,
also
it
a
it this. Go ahead. No, you can.
uh, say, and then Shimoko also did a 24-page novella, which is like a little short story called "Magic to Make Flowers Bloom in the Sky," and that came out bundled as a special edition with the 14th volume of the manga series.
You know, what I was gonna say was it's this show. Like, it may sound like I'm a little down on it, but you know, it's rich. Like it sets itself up to be rich with like content to
Yeah,
have stuff like this, like extra stuff. The world, the fantasy, it's like like endless. It's like limitless. You could just do.
yeah,
It could go anywhere. It can, you know, you just set up this character that can live throughout time, and it will see time pass, and you will see adventures and people and things kind of come and go. And then also you have that part that where she has to deal with like mortality, and
yeah,
you know it lends itself to an interesting, because we don't ever get to follow that like in a show really. I mean, we see Logan from Wolverine as
yeah,
Wolverine. You know, he kind of like is, you kind of sense that in him. The
yeah.
Rings of Power. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Uh,
It's the TV show about Lord of the Rings,
yeah,
and it follows. I can't remember the name of the protagonist, but she is an elf and is like stays alive and is tasked with like, she tasks herself with like trying to take down this evil being. Anyways, it's just a bunch of stuff like that. But you know, it really is rich with lots of possibilities, I guess I could say.
yeah,
Right? I feel that,
yeah,
and I can almost feel that like being like a live action kind of thing, where you go, I would watch something like this where we follow this almost immortal character, but you got to do that character right. Like,
yeah,
what is a person? Because
yeah,
we don't know what immortality does to a person. Like,
yeah.
how do you
What
envision
do you
that? I remember
feel? How do you
watching,
act?
um, what was it? Did you ever see Lucy with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah,
She's like gaining all kinds of knowledge, and she has to portray like a character who like knows everything. So how do you act? And I'm watching it and I go, yeah, I get that's how you would probably act, but I don't like it. I don't know what it
yeah.
was.
Come on,
I don't like the way, come on, just be cool. Be
be
cool,
cool.
baby.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Just a side
Uh,
thought.
so all that. And so yeah, like I said, Yamada was the creator. But it was also so there was a lot that went into creating Frieren in the beginning. Like
Mm-hmm.
the editor, here, uh, Katagon Ogura was the editor that was working with Yamada. They played a heavy part in like contributing to the story of Frieren. So much as to also suggesting Tsukasa Abe to be the one to do the illustrations for it. So they suggested the artist, like, hey, work with this artist, and then I think we can create something good. And so it was like Frieren was like a combination between like Yamada, Abe, the editor Ogura. Like it was just a combination of all of them
Of
bringing
a
ideas
team of
together
people.
of a team of people and then creating Frieren.
It always, that seems like always like or it doesn't always, but it seems like that lends itself to a special. It's like the way Cowboy Bebop was, where they had they break up all the pieces and like distribute and get people who are really good at that one thing. You know, like
Yeah.
I want you to take over the music and like do it well. And a culmination of those kind of things will lend itself to maybe a possible anime of the year.
Maybe.
Maybe. Have you watched all of this?
Yes, I have.
Are we done with your facts?
The Squawk Talk this.
Joe Angel, I got a question for you, Joe Angel. And I want you to be real. Who did you vote for? Anime of the year.
It wasn't Frieren.
Okay. Got you, dog.
You go look at my number one on our anime list. You'll know who I voted for.
Go dig it up, people. You're going on a
Go
quest.
dig it up.
You got your breadcrumb now. Follow it to who did Joe Angel vote for. Where if you can find out who it is, I'll give you a T-shirt. Horizon. I mean,
T-shirt.
We'll give you a anime T-shirt if you can find out who Joe Angel voted for. Put it in the comments.
Drop it in those comments, guys.
Guac talk this. So it's interesting, you know. Like I get it. I have this battle inside of me that says, man, Sal, like, take it easy. I love a slow build. I love a slow burn. I love movies that, like, take its time to build a world.
Build it.
Yeah, like, let's, you know what, like, let's have everything
Give me
necessary.
a 5-course meal. Let me taste every single piece.
Yeah.
Bring it out one at a time. Let me enjoy it.
A moose bouche. I will have, you know, a nice little palate cleanser in between here. I'll take my time. I'm gonna lean back in my chair and have, you know, a second between, you know, and I'm gonna take my time. I'll close my eyes while I eat something, you know, so I can savor it truly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then also, sometimes I just want somebody to throw a hamburger in my face, you know. That's explosions for me. Fire and explosions.
Fire
is
kick
like
somebody with the hamburger.
Yeah, I want yes, I want you to fire kick. Come down with the Taco Bell fire sauce kick. Boom, just Taco Bell fire. Bam, boom. Explosions.
Right.
You know, but it doesn't have to be that though. I don't think it has to be explosions, but I guess part of me is just like, well, also, okay, so the other part of me is like thinking like a speech or like a hook. When you're watching or listening to something, you can let it like go and, you know, it could take its time, but then eventually you need to, in that first episode, I feel like you gotta get me. You gotta get me. You gotta go, here's the thing. That's the thing. And I don't know. I
you
just,
gotta be
for some
that
reason, I
place
just
that
felt
walking by.
Yeah, I need
by your table to look. Yeah, you're looking like I want that.
Yeah, you could have the chips and salsa, and it's fine. And you know, like there ain't nothing to it. I mean, you ask for more of it, they'll give you more. The salsa could be fine. We're eating something, no big deal. But then I want a little bit of spectacle. Give me a little bit, like, oh, that could be our food. That could be real nice. You know what I'm saying? This, I'm just kind of like, I got a water, maybe I got a sweet tea, I got a salsa, got some chips, and I'm like, is the food gonna be any good though? Is this gonna be worth me watching the rest of it? I mean, everybody says it will be, but this first episode doesn't prove it to me. Like everything else does. I just like there was just I feel like they could have done a little bit more to go. Yeah, but like also
grab your attention.
Yeah, just an attention grabber.
That's
what I'm talking about. Like a speech. Like if you're taught this in class, like a speech class, you go, we need an attention grabber, so that everybody's attention is, you know, like, okay, I'm paying attention. Like so Jurassic Park. I always come back to Jurassic Park, the movie. The first one is so well paced. They get you, you know, in the beginning of it, like there is a raptor and somebody's being torn to shreds. And then boom, we go back and it's like sunny and beautiful, flowery. And there's funny things happening. We forget about that. We know that there's dinosaurs. We know that there's going to be danger. So like we're established. Attention is grabbed. And then we take our time. We take our time with the rest of it. The kids are having fun. And then all of a sudden, the Raptors are trying to get them. And things become dire.
Raptors can open a door now. She's a
Same
clever
thing for
girl.
Jaws. Jaws is the same way. We see that there's a shark. People die at the beginning. Big whoop. And then things.
Everybody knows there's a shark. There's a sign right there,
Yeah, we don't see it a whole lot, like there's not, and it's like just a slow kind of, but you've already got my attention with the beginning thing. And I felt like this kind of just like lacked the attention grab that I needed. Say like they talk about that Demon King, adventure they just went on. Maybe give me a little bit of the Demon King, or just some of it to where I go, okay. That was the remnants
of the battle,
Yeah, just a little bit to go. Okay, just like let me know what you are capable of, so that I can go. All right, well, I will go on this adventure
where you're following the dot. You can see the dot coming.
Yeah, yep.
It's coming. You know the aliens in there. Everybody knows it's up there.
And exactly.
You're watching it. You're following it.
And there's going to be payoff. And I feel like it's fine. I'm, if everybody else is if I'm to believe that this will pay off eventually, then I feel myself going, okay, well, I'll go ahead and keep going. But I really wish they would have done something to go, hey, I'm worth following. Frieren's worth watching. I'm worth the adventure, and I'm worth, the next couple episodes to go, okay, I get it now. Which, yeah. So that's the battle I have within me. I liked all this stuff though. I liked the music. I liked the way it's illustrated. I liked, the characters even though they pass
Visually,
away.
It was good.
Visually, it's beautiful. It's they animate everything, and it really feels like they've paid a lot of attention to this. And I think that's where it can rest its hat on, that you can tell, any average person that can watch the show and say you're not into it, you can at least tell someone paid attention to all of this.
Yeah.
So that to be said, if I were to give this a rating, 1 to... I don't even know.
Let's see. 1 to 5.
Join. You're breaking up. Hold on. Go ahead. Give it to me again.
All right. 1, 2, 5 bald heads. How many?
How many am I patting? She did not like. I do like that. She doesn't like her head to be patted. How many head pats am I going to give? 1 to 5.
How many head?
Okay, I'm gonna give it my rating here, but I will tell you, I will continue to watch the show because I know it's an unfair thing for us to do one episode and judge the rest of the anime on it. So that to be said, I'll probably give it a 3. I'll probably give it a 3 out of 5. I'm 50-50 on the show.
Good way.
It was, I don't think enough happened on the first episode for anybody to go, oh, yes. Am I wrong? Did you feel that a little bit for yourself, a little bit when you watched the first episode? Because you probably went into it knowing that it was going to be as good as it was, but you watched the first episode. Objectively, are you watching it and going, that first episode got me. Let's watch the next one.
So, from first original watch, when I watched this, I like the setting that they put for her. Because this is essentially a story about a girl who's immortal and dealing with the fact that everybody she comes into contact with is not going to be around for her. She's already been around for so long. She went on this adventure and she knows these people aren't going to be around for that much longer. So it has that for me, it had that, okay, we're actually dealing with immortality. We're dealing with because people always talk about, we've had movies before, we've had shows before. people want to be immortal. They're trying to find that immortality. Uh, you got the Philosopher's Stone to make you immortal. Like even in real life, immortality is a real thing that people
The Holy
search
Grail.
for, and the Holy Grail they want. But it's like you have to understand like what it really means to be immortal. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're every person you meet is only going to last so long, and then you're going to have to carry on without them for an eternity. And so it's like, all right, dealing with that part, it gives why she is the way she is, especially in the beginning. Because with all her lines that she said, like it's really like, oh, this is like almost how she made herself to be because she actually knows like these people on me are gonna die eventually,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna have to remember them and stuff. So I think it's probably why she doesn't get too close to them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because she knows, like she lives forever, nobody else does. Um, so when she's saying stuff like it's only been a mere 10 years, because for her 10
Yeah.
years is nothing. It's like 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But to everybody around her, like Kimmel and everybody, there's like, oh, like even when she said 50 years, like, oh, I'll just come back in 50 years, like it was nothing. It was like I'll
Yeah.
come back in like a month, you know. And
Yeah.
Himmel's reaction was like his like smirk and chuckles, like he understands how she perceives time, and so it's like,
Yeah.
man, this is like
It,
crazy. Like
ridiculous.
for
Yeah.
us, 50 years is like a big thing, but for
Mm-hmm.
her, it's um. And then even after like the funeral and stuff, uh, this is where we come back to the dub and the sub. I
Mm-hmm.
is where she starts crying and breaking down. I feel like hits more in the Japanese stuff than it did in the English stuff.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because
A little bit more
it's
emotion.
still like, yeah, there's a little bit more emotion in the Japanese stuff than in the English stuff. Um, but then go through that, and then also too like they do change some of the wording too as well. Like when she goes back and when she's talking to Hyther, they're having that conversation about Fern and stuff like that. Because she says, it's weird that somebody like you would take on, the responsibility of caring for somebody else. That's something weird for you to do. And the English stuff, she said that's like something Himmel would do. But in the Japanese stuff, she says, you're not Himmel. So why would you do that? Inferring
Hmm.
that like Himmel was, he's the hero, he was helping out people. But for her, like when they were adventuring, she kind of like had this version of him, like, oh, you're just a corrupt priest. You're always being drunk. It's not like you. You're not Himmel. You're not the hero.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like telling to him too, like, oh, it's like even though she says she didn't know him or anything about him, she at
Hmm.
least knew what kind of person he was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how he treated people and stuff like that. And so, but so like I said, I watched the whole thing through. Uh, the story wise, I can see why it's anime of the year or
Okay.
up there for anime of the year because the way the story progresses between her and all the other characters, it's like okay, you can see her growth and stuff like that. But then also like going back and watching it again, like I refreshed myself. Um, Going back and watching the scenes, knowing
Knowing what you know now with all the
knowing
rest
what
of
I
it.
know now,
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
hit a little bit more to,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
scene with especially the funeral scene again.
Uh-huh.
I'm man enough to say I teared up, because I watched the whole
Ooh,
thing, and now knowing like her progression at the end of the season, and then going back and watching that part again, it's like, oh man, like you can feel it more now.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
Going through all that for me, I will give it
This first episode.
a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Wow. It's so as anime nomination of the year, did you find yourself kind of like questioning, well, maybe this one could be like was it a close second for you? Or was
It's a
it just like,
close.
Second or third, or even just, or was it just like second, a distant second?
For me personally, third
Third. Okay.
with the they had on there.
With all the other.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But going back to that real quick. Uh, so in the Crunchyroll Anime Year nominations, there were 24 categories that you could
Mm-hmm.
vote.
Mm-hmm.
Frieren was nominated for 14 of those categories.
I was gonna ask. That's a lot of nominations, right? I mean,
So,
over half of them.
uh, so it was Anime of the Year, obviously. It's up for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's up for Best New Series, Best
Mm-hmm.
Animation, Best Character
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Design, Best
Yeah.
Director, Best
Okay.
Background Art, Best
Good.
Drama, Best Main Character, and I think we talked about this other one, Best Supporting Character. I know we had mentioned that in one of the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
previous podcasts.
Yeah. We did.
With which supporting character was Fern and Himmel, so it had two of the slots.
Okay.
Uh, it was the other one you had asked me about, the must protect at all costs character.
Yes. Who's that? Who they
It
have for
was
this show?
Fern. Yeah,
Okay.
Fern. It
Okay.
was
Okay.
Fern.
Okay. Okay.
uh,
Must
uh,
protect at all costs.
must protect at all costs. Best anime song, best score, and best voice actor for English and Japanese, both Frieren's voice actors.
Wow. Okay. Man, I didn't look up to see what the other animes. I mean, I remember seeing that Solo Leveling kind of was
Yeah,
on a slew of, doing the same thing, kind of hitting all
yeah,
the other categories as well.
yeah.
As much as for, but I don't know if it's the same amount. I don't know if it is. I mean, I think some of the music stuff but not to that. I don't know if it's that. I mean, if you get nominated that many times and you
Yeah.
aren't Anime of the Year, I think maybe it might get Anime of the Year if it's nominated that many times for all those other categories, right? Like,
I think so. I'm what
right?
I'm
Like,
I'm gonna say it's either gonna win or be second place
close.
for Anime of the Year. I think it'll be first or second place for Best New Series. Um, think I'm gonna give it second place for background art.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then hmm, maybe best supporting character for Fern.
Wow.
I think those three are its highest ones that'll probably take win either win or come second. But I think there's the other categories, all the other nominations, I think will beat it out, just because some of those other ones are more or less better.
I'm interested to find out. Maybe we do something. We should recap some of this stuff whenever the actual nominations hit, and we just kind of
Yeah,
like it's
have a
anime.
watch party. So yeah, anime.
Yeah, a little wide anime,
It's the
baby.
25th. When's the 20th?
It's a
Sunday.
Monday. Okay, it's a Sunday, so
It's a
it could work
Yeah,
out
yeah.
just right, Joe Angel.
It could
Just
work out just
right, bro.
right.
You know what? Hey, let's get out there and try to find the Holy Grail. I think is probably the closest thing that we can find right now on Earth to give us eternal life.
Eternal life.
Though I don't know if I want it though. You watch these shows after watching this whole series. Do you now? You're like, I don't want to live forever, or
It could be. I would say maybe just long enough for One Piece to finish.
Yeah, you know what? I need to start. Yeah, that's true. It's gonna take a
let me
lifetime.
let
It
me
will
let
take
me let me last just that long because that's
long
gonna
enough.
last forever.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting. I never thought about a show outliving people, but it might. It's gonna outlive us all, man.
Outlive everybody.
That's right. I mean, never mind. Forget it. I don't want it.
Forget it.
I
I
don't
want
want it.
it.
Right now is good enough. Right now is good
Right
enough.
now it's good enough. And you know what else is
Hmm.
good for you? This podcast, guys. And to show us that it's good for you, you can hit those likes, hit those shares, hit those subscribe buttons, hit those notifications, guys, because we drop every Monday on all our podcast platforms, which is YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean. And you can go to our website, guys, because our website also has a list of all our animes that we've covered and all the ones to come. It also has the links to all the socials and podcasts and platforms. And it also has where you can buy your own anime me pop shirt. Because there's one category I wish they had on there, and it was best drip. I wish they would have did that.
Hey,
Because
you know
all
what?
the
Yeah.
drip in these animes, dog, got to be voting for it,
I
man.
I guess maybe the character design is part of it, but nah, I want to see that drip.
It's,
I'm
I
saying
want to
drip,
see.
drip,
I
drip.
wanted to say best drip of the year.
Yes, sir. That could be you.
That could be you guys. That could be you. But also, before we go, guys, I don't know if you noticed, this is episode 91, which means we're 9 episodes away from 100, dog. So,
Yo, that
yeah, yeah,
5%, baby. Only not very
5%.
many podcasts could say that they got to 100.
Not many guys that many can say, but also,
Look at us.
but we want you to follow us on Instagram, guys. Go follow us. Go to our website, follow us, because we got something special cooking up right now for you guys, and you want to be around for that, guys, because we're doing something special for the honey,
For that 100. Keeping it
for that honey,
100.
yeah, keeping it 100, yeah. With that, I've been Dwayne with my co-host Sap. We will see you on the next one. Liz.
Peace.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Hey, that's what brain rot does to us, dude. You know, I'm just like looking at Instagram reels, just going like this.
That zombie mode. You're
Just this.
uh,
That and then contemplating, is it too late for me to be sending reels to people? You know, like I'm up at
Will they think I'm crazy?
there. Yeah, am I crazy to be like, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby, and look at this, you know, cat slap an alligator, you know, like look at this gorilla simulation of 100 men trying to fight a gorilla. I think AI can figure it out for us, dude. You know,
They got
those have been
this dude make
ridiculous.
a waffle. So looks so good.
Oh, dude, hey, man, dude, this weekend is a like anime food festival
The
in the
one
Metroplex,
in Dallas.
Yeah. I can't make it, and I wish I could. It looks good too. I try to find. I saw on Instagram. Here's the other thing: you watch something on Instagram, and you go, "Oh, cool," and if you don't like it, and don't save it, and don't share it, there's no way you're gonna get back to it. There's no way.
Yeah,
How are
we're
you
gonna
gonna
get
search?
back.
You're gonna search. You know what I'm saying? You watch that
I
one.
think
You're like,
I'm
oh
at
snap,
that
that's
point where
fire.
like I almost automatically like a video before like it even plays all the way through. Just so like if I do happen to like it or need to save it, I can just like already have liked it in case I just, like
You know,
hit that scroll
I'm
button on
so
accident.
I don't want the algorithm to know anything about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't like anything. Like even on my maps, you know, like my map
Yeah,
it knows where I'm going because it's that
yeah.
time of the day, and I'm like,
It
oh,
already
Sal,
knows
you're
your
going back
routine.
to over here.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. You know what I do? I go, I'm going somewhere
I'm gonna
else.
take the long way around.
You don't know me. I'm going to. I'm going get a drink. I'm gonna go get a drink from Sonic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna mix things up. I'll be 30 minutes late. I don't care. Like you don't know me, algorithm. Okay, how dare you? Okay,
sure
let's
I hit
see
every red
here. I don't like it, but Instagram has added the little hearts at the top, and so you can see what other people are liking. So, like, if you like something,
Is that what that
then I
is?
can yeah. So, like, those are
Okay,
the ones
for a
that
second I thought that
the
was
things.
like, I thought they had moved where like if your friends liked it, because usually on the bottom it'll have like, oh, your friend already liked this. I thought they had moved that up to the
No,
top.
no. Those are like like if you're just kind of scrolling and you go, oh
Yeah,
yeah, this is something that your friend liked, but here's some other things that all your other friends liked, and they'll have like 3 or
yeah,
4 suggestions of the things that they just recently liked. And I'm
yeah,
like, I don't need my friends looking at,
yeah.
Sal's like looking
I don't
at,
want them knowing my life.
yeah, it's just, hey, what's wrong with your back? You're looking up a lot of stretching videos.
Yeah.
You got sciatica? I'm like, yeah, maybe I do
Yes,
got
man.
sciatica, baby. You know
This
what
is
I'm saying?
Sal's issue right now.
Like,
Do you not know how to make a tortilla?
hey, don't do the ice cream one. It doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
just water,
It
bro.
doesn't work.
They're like, take ice cream and then just add flour. Lies. It's lies. Okay.
Lies.
That's why I do all my cooking videos on TikTok. That's the new hack, bro. This is some old man stuff. Y'all don't know about TikTok food videos.
Food.
Let me put you on game, son. If you want to
Okay.
like learn, you say, yeah, I'm gonna look up something. I'm like, you know what? I want to make like a shrimp meal, right? Like shrimp and pasta or something like that. You can look it up on TikTok, right? You go to TikTok, you'll have like 50 suggestions of all the videos. The videos are short too. They're only going to be like 30 to 60 seconds long. And in the comment section, people will confirm or deny if that recipe is good, bad, a lie, or how to fix it. So not only do you get the recipe in a video and it's fast and they have all the ingredients and they'll put it in the thing, but then you'll have testimonials from people who actually like it. No longer do you have to go online and go, hey, how do I make this shrimp? And then somebody comes in there and goes, my mom showed me how to make this. Let me tell you all about my mom. Like, you know what? I don't need to know about your
my
mom.
mom.
Give me the shrimp. Give me my shrimp recipe. Get your mama out my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok enough to do all that. Like, I'll just go to post videos.
Yeah, I'm only on. Yeah. I'm just there for food, baby.
Just